Yeah, baby. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Are you ready? Game 2, New York Knicks. Philadelphia 76ers, Joel Embiid out. For Game 2, we're going to talk about it for a little bit. It's going to be a quick Epis tonight. I just wanted to get on. I just needed to. Just for a little bit. Even if it's for like 30 minutes. Had to come on, talk with you. Live on Twitch and YouTube. Let's do it, man. Let's pause the music. Let's hit the intro. Because we don't have much time. And I got a lot to say. That's all I can say. Oh, well. Keep showing up.
Wake up! Is every number where it was? Has this dream stopped?
Whoa!
Broadcasting
Gino!
from the capital of sports, it's the Matty B Show. Right here on Epis Sports Radio. Matty B on Epis Sports Radio.
I don't know, Gino. I don't know, man. Don't be so sure that the Knicks are going to be good. I've seen this story before. Episode 69. 69. Here we go.
It's over. Eric Decker holds it in. The Jets win in overtime.
Woo! Maybe. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Matty B, Epis Radio Entertainment. This is episode 69. 69. All right, not 67, but it's 69. That's a good number. Remember that number, everybody growing up? How we doing? The New York Knicks are taking on the Philadelphia 76ers tonight. They're about to kick it off as we speak, as I stream live here on Twitch and YouTube. Game 2, after the absolute blowout in Game 1 by the New York Knicks, they have been dominant since I've last been on here and last talked about it. Last time we talked was against the Hawks after Game 2. And then it seemingly fell apart in Game 3, and we were all worried for a little bit. And the tone has changed since then. And they've virtually been the best team going outside of OKC during these playoffs. And now the conversation starts to get real about the New York Knicks and whether or not they can be real-time contenders. And I think this is it. There's no other time. Especially in my lifetime, this has been the only time for the Knicks to be real contenders. We thought so a little bit in the past. Weren't quite ready. Wasn't quite the time. I still have my question marks about this team, but is it ever going to be better than this? I don't know. And the way Karl Anthony Towns is playing and shutting me up throughout the process has been amazing. It seems like this team overall has kicked it up a notch here in this playoffs. Usually the good teams do, right? There's a next level to get to. But the Knicks have sure as hell showing that. And with Joel Embiid out tonight in Game 2, you got to take advantage and step on the throats. This kind of scares me a little bit. Honestly, because this is the type of game that the Knicks can lose. You know, it's the one that they should win. Everybody expects them to win. Embiid's out. They're at home. They're coming off a dominant game one, in which honestly they just got better as it went on. Even when they put the second unit out, they still dominated. So they seemingly had no answer for Jalen Brunson in the first half of game one. I don't know what happened there. It's like almost as if you forgot that Jalen Brunson was good. Because I honestly, going into it, I thought the offense would run through Cat, OG, Bridges, those types of guys, and less focus on Brunson. But Maxey didn't have an answer, for Brunson. And overall, they just didn't have an answer. And then with Embiid hobbling around, not being able to keep up with Cat or Brunson, off the pick and roll, it was just chaos. When they spread the floor and they get him out to the 3-point line, immediately in trouble. So he's resting up for a game 3 comeback. Now's the time in which you have to win. But I don't know. This is like New York Knicks coded. This is the typical spot for a Knicks loss. So I hope that's not the case. We're kicking off. We'll talk more about it. Gino in the chat saying Philly will still be dangerous, but we good. We have, but we playing real well. They've been playing real well, no doubt about it. In the Eastern Conference, I know Detroit, is still around. The good, some of the good teams are, outside of Boston getting knocked out. But the Knicks have had to be in that conversation, no doubt. More news that's going on. I know, I got to talk about it because it's big news in the running community and especially in the ultra running community. Right now, as we speak, in Arizona, is the famous Cocodona 250 that is taking place, and we have a winner. Just shy of 3 days. All right, these races take a long time. These 250-mile race. The winner finished just under 3 hours, which is an absolute course record, all-time course record. Rachel Etrigan, a woman, for the first time beats a man in the Cocodona, and I bring it up because not only is it just an amazing achievement and it's inspiring and the whole nine, but women are showing us something here in this 2026. We've seen it in the marathon. Shit, we've seen it in baseball. We've seen it at the collegiate level in baseball. We're seeing it, the women break barriers in the sport like that. The women deserve their praise. They've been doing it up, and Rachel Etrigan is just another example as why. First overall winner in the Cocodona 250. She is, I believe, the 3-time female champ going now, and that in itself is hard to do. But winning overall, it is just insane, and it shows the endurance and the pain that women can endure, and even more so than men, and and the proof is in the pudding. I mean, big shout out to her. I'll put her picture up real quick for you all to see. Just amazing. If you don't know about this race, again, or just ultra running, an ultra marathon is anything over 26.2 miles. Okay, I just ran a 50-mile ultra marathon this past weekend. Still recovering from it. This woman right here, Rachel Etrigan, just did 200 more miles. Yeah, she took about 2.5 days, but I don't know about you, but that's pretty damn good. All right, you try doing that. It's just absurd, running these ultra marathons and what the mindset, everything that goes into it. The preparation, the training, and then the mental endurance to last that long and to do something like that, and especially at the pace that she was moving. I mean, not only did a female win, but she broke the course record. The second place finisher who was widely touted to win the whole thing was Killian Korth. He's never finished Cocodona 250 until he achieved that feat today, and he did finish, came in second place, and also broke the course record, but it's the second best course record behind one Rachel Etchikin. That's amazing. And we just seen that in the marathon distance. We've seen two Kenyans, male and back-to-back males, absolutely shattered the marathon record and break sub 2. It's never been done without aided assistance. It was done by Eliud Kipchoge a couple of years ago, but it was widely considered as a science experiment because they had race trackers and I guess extra help at each aid station in regards to water, which there's some controversy about that too. I do kind of consider Eliud Kipchoge's sub 2 marathon official, but that's a debate for another day. He also had like a shit ton of pacers follow him. He had like 10, 15 guys around him at like, in shifts, maintaining a certain pace. He had LEDs on the course, to make sure that he was at the pace he needed to be. That's why it's like considered a science experiment. But we've seen two Kenyan males break the sub 2 record this year, and then in the female marathon also we're seeing records. It's just and competing with men. Like we're seeing the female reach up into like where they're beating other men on the course. So it is amazing what we're seeing in the athleticism of women in the year 2026, and this is just truly another example. Rachel Etchikin. What was the overall time here? Let me check. Well, yeah, 63 hours. Oh, she shattered the female course record in 2025 with her time of 63 hours, 50 minutes, and 55 seconds. She killed that this year. Yeah, 56 hours and 9 minutes. That's crazy. She killed that. That's a 7-hour difference nearly this year. That's insane, man. Shout out to her. I'll put her on there. There you go. That's her at the finish line. I actually do have some video footage I know somewhere. Let me pull that up real quick. I don't know if game 2 started yet. I do have it on my phone next to me. I don't see nothing. Yeah, let me pull this finish up because this is just kick-ass, man. It is worth it, and since we're talking about it, why not? All right, let me make this screen a bit wider. Boom.
All right, I'm gonna beat everybody.
There she goes. Sedonia, Arizona. The finisher of Cocodona 250. Short little clip right there.
All right, I'm gonna beat.
I also got Killian Korth coming in second. This is a bit longer clip. I gotta find a better one for our girl Rachel.
Sorry, dude. Right. Yeah.
Killian Korth last year won the Triple Crown, the big races. You see this man, almost hobbling, for every step, but goddamn. 57 hours, 28 minutes, 36 seconds. After 3 DNFs, and for those of you that don't know, did not finish, which is a common occurrence with these types of races. It's awesome, man. I follow this guy. If you're into fitness or any of that sort, you should too. Killing Korth, second place overall and the first for the men's coming in. And that's really all I gotta say. Another, honestly, this race did come with a lot of sad news. And during it, one of the participants on the race passed away. Unfortunately, we don't know much detail about it at this time. The family released a statement. I actually released that statement on one of my stories. But the family released a statement asking to, let's see if I can hold this. Gotta hold it back here. I'll put it up. There you go. Nope, don't want to see my face. But there's the statement right there. Family asking, for their privacy around this time, and we don't know who exactly it was. I'm sure if it was somebody with like a high, big online presence or one of the elite participants, we would have heard about it. So no news as of yet, but my heart goes out to the family and friends of the participant that had passed, in the Cocodona. It's a tough reminder that these things are dangerous. Anything, I was talking with W about it. And by the way, New York Knicks, Philly has officially kicked off. Nice little start. Nice assist from Cat already to Bridges to tie it up 2-2. I was talking with W about it before I went on tonight, and it really is just amazing what these people are able to do. Even running, down to a mile, 5 miles, 10 miles, whatever it is, a marathon distance, an ultra marathon distance. It's impressive. When you start getting into the marathon distance in 26.2 or anything above that, there's risk. There's inherent risk with it, right? And you got to be careful. And this is another reason why. Now he could have had, they could have had a, past medical history, heart issues, things like that. We don't know. We don't know any of the details. In which even then, it still applies that you really should, take precaution in anything you do, especially endurance sports, in any sport for that matter. It's a good reminder to go to the doctor, get checked up. I have right before this 50-mile race, I did the whole workup with a cardiologist, and I had a stress echo, made sure I was all good. Because I had been experiencing some issues, and I'm only 34 years old, so you would think, all right, I should be good, health-wise, but, it's never a guarantee. You don't know. So I'm always on top of it. I try to go see all my doctors. I think the only doctor I haven't seen is a GI, which is up next, so I think that's that time's a coming for me. But you have to be on top of your health. You have to know what's going on, and also preparation with these types of things. You just can't wake up and go run a marathon. We've seen people do it online. It's borderline irresponsible. It's not smart to do. You can injure yourself. You can potentially kill yourself. And we don't know, again, what happened here in this particular instance with this participant in Cocodona, but I'm sure we'll come to find out. Most likely a medical issue. Maybe it was a result of the actual event and them actually going on. I mean, they're out in Arizona. It's hot. There's a lot going on. You're under the elements. You're running through the night. It's dark. There's, all different types of scenarios that can occur. So we're not quite sure. But again, one thing remains the same. You have to be prepared, and you have to, be on top of your health. And, we can't take anything for granted. Tomorrow's truly not promised, and it's just another example, man. So my heart goes out to the family and friends. It's a tough one. It's a bit of a damper on a beautiful event. In terms of the ultra running community, it's about like the Super Bowl in terms of that. So, yeah, definitely just, because I'm into it, obviously coming off fresh at my 50, had to talk a little bit about it. Right now, we got the game on. I probably could play the audio in the background. I don't think I'll get in trouble here. Definitely can't play the video. I'll get in trouble with that.
And yes, he does get up high, but does he hit the arm? Does he hit the net? Now let's see this. This is the part where when we slow it down, he does
A little
get
back and
arm.
forth.
And
Ooh.
then on the way down, there's
Oubre with a tough foul on Cat. That's a little dangerous. All right. I don't want to be on for much longer because, again, I do want to watch this game. And I got dinner that should be about ready. Thanks to the wonderful wifey. So, I just want to come on, have a little quick Epis, talk to you guys. Go check out, if you haven't already, my new video that just dropped on all the socials. It's a video from one of our previous episodes with special guest Jenna Esposito talking about Connie Francis and the viral hit Pretty Little Baby. Alright, go check that out. Gino, you still with us? What's your prediction, bro, for tonight? Listen, this game scares me. Like I mentioned off the top of the show in the opening monologue, this game scares me a lot. This is geared up for the Knicks to lose and make you sweat in this series. Knicks by 15. All right. I mean, yeah, that's not like far-fetched. That should be the case. I wouldn't put my money on that. But yeah, that would be good. I'll take Knicks by 15 for sure, because that is just a comfortable, nice little finish to the night. We don't need to sweat in these games. I don't need to. Oh, upgraded to a flagrant foul on Oubre. And that was pretty bad. I can't show you guys the replay of what's going on right now, but if you're watching, you'll know. Drummond with the flop there, by the way.
I think they made the right call here, and especially in a game 2 situation like this.
The only thing worse, he caught his face. Oubre caught Cat's face in the end there a little bit.
This is where you want to try and get things under control. Nick Nurse, by the way.
So that's where it really got bad. But initially, he just goes after the right arm and just hacks him hard. It was a good hack. Definitely a foul, no doubt. 7-5 Philly with 9:22 to go in the first. Cat taking the flagrant free throw. Oh, right. Yeah, and Nick Nurse. Yeah, that was a tough one. We found out about that. Thank you, Gino, for bringing that up. Lost his pops. Rest in peace. No doubt. He found out shortly. I probably found out during game 1, but he left after game 1 and, went to go, with, I guess, his family and all that, and, he received the news. So Nurse, I believe, as far as I was told, I haven't seen him yet because I'm not quite paying attention here off the top, but as far as I know, he's definitely in there coaching tonight. And, yeah, that's tough, man, showing up and trying to put it on the line. Knicks take the lead, 8-7. So nice possession there, taking advantage of the flagrant foul. But yeah, That's tough. I mean, listen, it's never easy losing a parent. It's never easy losing anybody, but especially a parent. And I know all too well losing my father. That's tough for Nurse. There he is. Nurse is. I see him there trying to talk to his team, get people going. It's moving around. Listen, man, I feel for the guy. Even though I want to, kill him and win by 20, 25, that's tough. But I'm sure, I'm sure his dad would have, wanted him to be out there coaching, doing his thing, and that's got to be tough on him mentally. Hopefully, his father lived a long life and happy, and didn't suffer in the end. It's never easy losing your dad, man. Tough stuff.
You saw Cat on the last possession. He just put his head down, straight line dribble drive on Drummond.
I don't know. Going back to this game,
That's a foot race to the rim. Andre Drummond's
it just screams to me the type of game that the Knicks will lose. They usually play down to their ability or play down to their opponent. And Philly, they got a lot to fight for. But it's one of those games, without Embiid, do they really think they're, in it? Knicks got to stomp on them early and get away with it. All right. Other noticeable mentions, what's been going around in the sports world. There was one clip, man, I don't know. Should I even save it? Should I talk about it? Kind of bothered me a little bit, not going to lie. I'll mention this just because it's going to piss off W a lot. Pablo Torre finds out the podcast by Pablo Torre. Wins Pulitzer Prize in audio reporting. All right, shout out to Pablo Torre. I'm a fan. Not gonna lie. W's not. Philly jump out to a 13-8 lead all of a sudden. I'm gonna lower them down a little bit. But yeah, kind of. It's interesting. It's interesting. Now, I said this. I couldn't believe a podcaster could win the Pulitzer Prize, and I know he's a journalist. The whole nine. He has very good investigative podcast, and that's why he's getting the Pulitzer Prize. And it was mainly about that whole Kawhi Leonard thing, which now he's since then he's talked a lot more stuff about gambling around the league, and now the latest with our very own Dolan at the Garden with his surveillance system. It's apparently we're living under a dictatorship at MSG, and we have AI surveillance, and we have in live time surveillance on every single patron that's in and out of these seats. And if it's gotten so bad to the point where we're tracking individuals. One specific report that Pablo Torre mentioned is that the New York Knicks were caught tracking an influencer, if you will, who is also a trans woman. Why, we don't know. Just for whatever reason, decided, to track this particular trans woman who just so happens to be an influencer. Text messages, the whole nine. Not a good look for Dolan and everything. I just, it adds to his lore of, being this weird shisty man, and I don't know. It's not a good look. I know this is not, a win for Dub in the eyes of the anti-Pablo Torres, but listen, it's necessary. And I don't know what's to come of it. I don't know if there's anything they could do about it legally. But he is using face scanning technology to track individuals in and out of the Garden. And it's gotten so bad that even if you scream out and say, you know, F Dolan, they will come and find you in real time and kick your ass out. Or like sell the team. Anything negative. Any negative connotation towards Dolan or MSG or the Knicks or whatever, like, you know, or the Rangers, they're on you. And as a patron myself, I haven't been there in a while, albeit prices are a little too expensive for me. But I'll be going there for a concert at the end of the month. Gonna go see Kid Cudi. Ooh, which I should also bring up. I'll bring it up after this. But it's a tough look. Tough look for the Knicks, Rangers, anybody associated with, you know, Dolan and this whole situation. But on the other hand, you know, well deserved from Pablo Torre to win the Pulitzer Prize in audio reporting, and you know, and everything that he's doing, man. I mean, he's honestly, you know, he's modern day one of the best investigative journalists out there, and he's uncovered a lot of big time stories. It, you know, probably helps to have a lot of these good sources, a lot of people giving him the tip. You know, what is interesting is that he kind of holds on to these details for a long time, so it's not like, you know. But I think that's what, you know, an investigative journalist should do. You know, it's gather all the details until, you know, you are absolutely certain, and then, you know, report the news necessary. Remember, he kicked out Spike one night for coming through the wrong door. Yeah, I do. Yeah, the wrong entrance. That's right. Yeah, and I don't think it was necessarily him. I think it was his staffers, who maybe you didn't, you know, recognize Spike initially. But yeah, that was the whole thing. And ultimately, like, wasn't let in, right? I don't know how that went down. It just, yeah, maybe ultimately Dolan was making an example of Spike and like, hey, listen, you can't, you know, you got to go through here, whatever. You know, wild. You know, wild. This man has a big time power trip to him, big time ego. Oh, Gina. Speaking of which, look what I got right here. I took it off. I was wearing it yesterday. And I just left it hanging around because I'm going to save it for a rainy day and wear it again. But there's this shirt you sent me. Nice. Gotta say, comfortable material all around. It's a nice, I believe it's made of cotton, right? It's a nice cotton. It's very comfortable. Cleaned it, and you know, immediately first time wear was nice, very comfortable, and perfect size for me. The large fit well, so did a hell of a job, my man. Yeah, that looks familiar. Yeah, how's the ad doing? By the way, have you gotten any other you know, inquiries? Have anybody reached out? You know, last time I checked, you know, I thought it did pretty well. I don't even know if it's still running, our ad that we had up there. But shout out to Gino, you know, guest on the show and longtime fan, and go check him out. All right, I mentioned it in one of my previous posts. My man over here makes the shirts. All right. Knicks up 18-17 with 5:15 left to go here in the first. I want to get one more topic in, two more, maybe one more. Yeah, we're approaching the 45-minute mark since total. Oh, awesome. All right. So yeah, you definitely got some more traction and everything. Yeah. I mean, I got a lot, some new followers out of it too, so that's awesome. It definitely did its job. Glad to hear that. And yeah, hopefully it brought you some new business too, bro. I mean, that's the whole point right there. Oh man, Gino over here. I didn't even realize that I had that still up. Yeah. All right. You know what? Fine. Screw them. We'll close out the show with this because this is going around. I don't know how old this clip is, but I came across this clip and I mean, I can't say that I'm surprised. Kind of gave me that vibe. It plays into the theory around Francisco Lindor and Jeff McNeil and the politics and all that with the Mets and all that. So that's why I'm gonna play it. Gino saying Jalen has only taken one shot, and I love it. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I expected out of Game 1, man. Not for nothing. Not that he'll only take one shot, but, that the offense would run through, Cat, OG, McHale. I would think the focus is going to be on Jalen. And you know what? It kind of makes sense, though. With Embiid out, they're faster, I feel like, on defense. And it's not as much of a liability at that position. They're smaller, so it's not necessarily great for Philly. But they might be faster. They might be able to cover the perimeter and handle the pick and roll a little bit better. So it actually could play into their favor. Embiid was a straight-up liability for them in Game 1. Nothing was working. And he's too damn slow. And they literally, if you caught my story on the socials earlier today, they were literally running circles, between Cat and Brunson. They could just do whatever, the hell they wanted at that point. But maybe that's an issue for the Knicks here in Game 2. I mean, listen, I know it's early. They're hanging tight with them now, 19-18, Philly, as we speak. Oubre. 3 from the corner. 22-18 with under 4 minutes to go in the first. Ouch. All right. Let's get on to this last segment. And I'm going to get the hell out of here and enjoy this rest of this game and go have dinner and put the kids to bed. That's what I got to do. That's on the docket for me tonight. All right. And maybe we'll be back tomorrow. That's very possible. W did say that he wanted to get on with me tomorrow, so, I think we'll be back with episode 70 tomorrow, probably. But if you're watching with me live right now on Twitch and YouTube, or you're watching in post, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you. It's a beautiful thing. There you go. If you like the shirt, message me at Black Dutch. I'm going to pin that right now. Black Dutch 78 on IG. Here you go, Gino. I'm going to pin that message right there in the chat. All right. Let's get on to the last segment of episode 69. Look who it is. It's not a very flattering image of him. But good old Noah Syndergaard had high praise for President Trump after meeting with him at the White House. Now, I don't know if this is recent. I feel like this is old, but because when did Noah meet with him at the White House? Why is he meeting with him at the White House now? But needless to say, I'll figure that out later. But here you go. Yeah, hello, Torre. Yeah, man. I had to. I seen this shit today, and I'm like, nah. I gotta talk about this. Here is good old Noah Syndergaard, former Met. I don't even know if he's in the league anymore. Where is he at? It's been a minute. Is he on like a minimum contract somewhere? He's probably AAA somewhere. Noah Syndergaard.
It was just an amazing experience, and I mean, I've always been a huge fan of President Trump, and I met him for the first time today.
Oh, is that your first time?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it.
It's
You
just
acted like you were old
a
buddies.
dream come true. It's just like
Yeah.
I'm riding this
That comment.
bliss in this moment, this interview with you right now, and I just really don't quite understand the negativity or the pessimism he gets with the media and some of the population of this nation, because he's just such a patriotic guy, and he cares so much about everybody and just the health of this nation and the health of this world.
Right.
And it was
I'm gonna
just
play that
an
one
amazing
more time,
experience. And
yeah.
I mean, I've always been a huge fan of President Trump, and I met him for the first time today.
Oh, is that your first time? I didn't realize it.
It's
You
just
acted like you were old
a
buddies.
dream come true. It's just like I'm riding this.
I'm sorry. Hold on. That comment right there, man. She rolled her eyes and was like, "Oh, is that the first time? I thought you were acting like you were buddies." Good for her to say that, man. Oh man, I can't. That shit just makes me laugh. I gotta say. All right, one more time.
Bliss in this moment, this interview with you right now, and I just really don't quite understand the negativity or the pessimism he gets with the media and some of the population of this nation, because he's just such a patriotic guy, and he cares so much about everybody and just the health of this nation and the health of this world. And it was just an amazing experience.
No. No. No, Syndergaard. No, Thor. He cares about everybody, really? Really? Oh, man. I mean, where do you even... I can't. I don't want to begin. I'm not going to right now because... Set aside the fact that he's supporting a genocide by funding a genocide and starting a unnecessary war and all that, and just killing innocent lives, the whole nine. Look what he's done here in America. I mean, he really cares about everybody. I'm sorry, even Republicans are on the side of anti-Trump at this point. I mean, he's polling lower than he's ever polled before. The numbers are in. And again, I don't know where this is from, but New York Post Sports posted this 9 hours ago. So, I don't know if they're recycling content, and that's fine, whatever, but I don't know, read the room for what, New York Post Sports. But are we really surprised it's the New York Post? They have been, far right, even in the sports column, for a very long time. So that's nothing new there. But, dude, really? And why are we even, getting Noah Syndergaard's take on this, on President Trump right now? This is really, I get it because, the Mets and all that, but outside that, I don't even know, I'll be honest, I don't know where he's at. I last heard of him, I think he was trying out for, minor league contract. I don't even know, if he ever signed with anybody. I think he's done. Hey, he's been around, shopped around for a while, Noah. My man still finished his career, though, with a 3.71 ERA. I gotta say that. It's not bad. 59 wins, 47 losses. But the last time Noah was in the league was 2023. That's it. Yeah. With Cleveland. Had a short stint with LA and Cleveland in 2023. Pitched with Philly in 2022. LA 2022 as well. And that was it, yeah, with the Mets. Mets, LA, and Philly. He got chopped around a lot. No, yeah. It was just Mets after 2021, yeah. Hasn't been around, hasn't been doing much. But, really, though, dude, And it's funny, Mooncakes, him supporting Trump is why his hairline is like that. That's good. And I gotta pull up the hairline just to just to show everybody that. Oh man, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I don't know. I again, I don't have much else to say about that. But all I can say is, man, Thor, like, really, truthfully, read the room on that one. I'm sorry. You know, he may seem like a great guy in person, but we've seen too much. You know, you can't convince me otherwise. And I don't know why we're trying to convince ourselves of that at that point. Again, man, listen, I know, he shouldn't be a president. He just should. We don't. There's no 80-year-old person that I would see anywhere I come in contact with that I'd be like, yeah, you, sir, should be the president. 80 years old? No. I need somebody like young and spry. I need somebody like 45, man, with experience, that knows what's good, and knows they'll be around for a while, and what the actions that they will take is going to have an actual impact and affect their lives going forward. We need people in office and our politicians in an appropriate age. I think there should be an age cap in politics, especially when it comes down to the president. But it should come down to the congressional and Senate level as well, because there's a lot of long-term old men that are dictating the lives of women, and just us in general, our lives, dictating our lives and making rules that, don't really concern them, because they themselves know they're not going to be around for much longer. So, something to think about. And that's it. Let me get out of here. The first quarter is about to end. It is 1:56 as I see it now. Left to go in the first. And what do you know? 27-24 Philadelphia. This scares me, ladies and gentlemen. This scares me. Nick Nurse is motivated. Just lost his pops. Wants to win for him. Please don't do this to me. I don't want to feel the heartbreak tonight. I don't need a loss here in Game 2. A lot else going on in the sports world. Didn't even talk about the Mets, Yankees in terms of local baseball tonight. A lot going on in the baseball world. As always, we got hockey playoffs. So, hopefully we'll be back tomorrow for episode 70 with Dub. Hopefully he'll be around. We'll break it all down. We'll talk about it. But if not, we'll be back shortly. And then, of course, make sure you're following. Make sure you subscribe on all the socials. And please like, comment, share, the whole nine. We appreciate it. Have a beautiful night. All right, it's hump day. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Mets. There is a baseball game tonight. I think 9:20 and a doubleheader tomorrow. Whoopee. All right. Yankees are the best team in baseball. Who knows? Everybody, have a beautiful one. Gino, thanks for hanging around tonight in the chat for this quick little Epis. This concludes episode 69 of Epis Sports Radio, brought to you by Epis Radio Entertainment. It's your boy, Matty B. Keep showing up.
Wake up! You can't remember where it was. Has this dream stopped?
Broadcasting from the capital of sports, it's the Matty B Show. Right here on Epis Sports Radio. Matty B on Epis Sports Radio.
Epis swung on and into the air.
deep right center. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone.
All right, Knicks back on top. 29-27. Let's go. Hopefully the next time on here I have good news for you.
Eric Decker holds it in.
Keep on showing up, everybody. Have a beautiful night, beautiful day, wherever you are. I love you.